You're listening to the New York Sports Show, the #1 all New York sports podcast. Hosted by Dominic Konareski.
Hello and welcome to the New York Sports Show, the #1 ranked all New York sport podcast. I'm Dominic Konareski. New York Mets starting pitcher Jacob deGrom may no longer be their starting pitcher, as he has expressed heavy interest that he no longer wants to be part of the New York Mets organization. Instead, go into a totally different state, and that is the big old state of Texas, where everything is bigger. Jacob deGrom wants a much bigger offer, a much bigger paycheck than what the New York Mets right now are willing to give the two-time Cy Young winner, four-time All-Star, and ERA title pitcher. This is a guy that can provide lockdown innings for any team he plays with in any game. He does not crack under pressure and allows very few on-runs. For example, his entire career on-run average is a very low 2.52. Overall, this is a guy that has dealt with injuries, though, and that's the biggest thing that's going to keep the New York Mets from giving him a lot of money. I think that Jacob deGrom is overpricing himself, but he has expressed interest in going to Texas and playing for either the Texas Rangers or the Houston Astros. Of course, the Houston Astros are going to be the defending World Series champions. They already have a big pitching lineup. Add Jacob deGrom there, he's going to provide a lockdown stuff. Texas Rangers, on the other hand, they're a team that have a lot of stars on there, but they have not really made anything work. They finished below 500 this most recent season. They do not have a big pitching rotation. Jacob deGrom would be going with a team full of stars, but is still, in a way, in rebuilding mode. Jacob deGrom wants to see what he's worth on the free agent market. Undoubtedly, the New York Mets have more than enough money to pay him whatever he desires. They've already forked out over $100 million on a 5-year contract for star closing pitcher Edwin Diaz. That contract made him the highest paid relief pitcher in Major League Baseball history. Jacob deGrom could easily get a big paycheck, but he has one thing that's holding him back, and that's his injury record. The past 3 seasons, Jacob deGrom has only played in 38 games, all of which he started. When you look at those 38 games compared to other MLB pitchers in a regular season, no COVID shortened seasons, no injuries, nothing like that, a regular MLB season, an average starting pitcher goes on the mound around 32 to 34 times each season. Jacob deGrom, since 2020 to 2022, he's only had 38 starts to his name. So he's played just over 1 season, has pitched for 224 innings. His ERA, though, is still extremely low at 2.05. So despite him coming back multiple times from injuries and being held back, missing a lot of valuable playing time, he still put up a lot of results. Jacob deGrom, despite those injuries, has still had a lot of swings and misses. 352 strikeouts makes him one of the most effective pitchers in that 38 game span compared to anyone else. What I would love to see the New York Mets do is make Jacob deGrom an offer he can't refuse. But nevertheless, the Mets will also have to be looking for other starting pitchers most likely, or retaining the starting pitcher free agents they already have. Chris Bassett's a free agent, Taijuan Walker's a free agent, Adam Ottavino is a free agent, Trevor May is a free agent. So you will have issues for both the starting rotation and bullpen this free agent off season. And will the New York Mets want to just fork around a lot of money just for one guy? Sure, Jacob deGrom, he's effective, but he's also heavily injury prone. I love Jacob deGrom. I would love to see him in the New York Mets uniform the entirety of his career, but it's not feasible right now for the New York Mets organization to dedicate such a big chunk of money for a guy who's only played 38 games since 2020 as a starting pitcher. Usually when pitchers get a lot of injuries, we just see their career just disappear like that and it going down. Jacob deGrom overall has been very lucky when it comes to being effective on the mound despite dealing with multiple injuries and multiple setbacks over the past several years. Nevertheless, no matter who he goes with, Jacob deGrom will pull a lot of money and he will be effective. It's just a matter of how long will he be effective for.